What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 101. Wow, 101. We just celebrated 100 episodes. Today we're continuing our exploration of primal branding, the sacred words. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the lab, your daily inspiration for creating better content. All right, so we just celebrated 100 episodes. Yay, bravo, pat on the back. It was a very special episode. I'd like for you guys to check it out if you haven't seen it already. The theme was fear, overcoming fear. And I had some very special guests, namely Jared Easley, Navid Moazis, Anthony Tran, and Josh Trent. Participate and create some very activating things for you to take home, some actionable steps for you to take home and use as you overcome fear, because we face fear on a daily basis. And I can get into that, but all you got to do to get to that episode is click right here. All right. But today we're going to talk about, we're going to continue our conversation with Patrick Hanlon's Primal branding, right? We were talking about this, and this is something, if you're new to the show, that we do on Sundays. We call it Cozy Sunday. We cozy up with a book. I change up the surroundings. I get a little bit more cozier, and we go through the books that I'm reading. And right now we're reading this book, and it's very important because it deals with branding, and we've all got to deal with branding. In fact, I just think it's fascinating. So right now we're on chapter... What is this? I think it's like chapter 6. We missed one episode last week. That was because I was at New Media Expo. Had a fantastic time, not because of the event, but because of the people. And you can watch my thoughts about NMX right here in my NMX vlog. But anyway, we're going to talk about the sacred words, and basically to find all of the other previous chapters that we've been talking about this, they're all in a very nice little playlist for you, which you can find right here. And very interesting. Last time we were here in this book, we talked about the pagans, the non-believers, the haters, and how essential they are to your brand, because you need a sort of dichotomy with your brand. That way people know who you stand for and what you are. It makes it very kind of effective. It doesn't always have to be controversial, no, but it definitely helps to clarify who you really are and what you stand for. Now we're going to talk about the sacred words. Okay, so the sacred words, a very short chapter, basically meaning that every brand, every kind of culture has a certain set of secret, sacred words, their own language. It's like when you're in a relationship, right? Kevin and I have names for each other. We just make these words up. We, whatever kind of fancies us at the time. We give each other nicknames that are truly, it's a secret language between us that only him and I really understand. And that makes our relationship, our bond, very special. And if that's something that you can cultivate within your brand, within your audience, for example, I call you guys lab rats. Now, on the regular, maybe that might be offensive, but if you're part of the Get in the Lab community and what we stand for, it means getting in the lab, right? It means experimenting. It means you're somewhat of a beginner. You're in the trenches, you're hustling, you're working on your craft, you're trying to get better at your relationships, your business, and your life. That's what it means to be a lab rat. And so I use this language with you guys to sort of, quote unquote, train my audience to have them, be more immersive in the beliefs, in the system, the culture, the community that is Get in the Lab, right? And so when I slap the term lab on everything, that is not just to be trendy, that is to cultivate a certain set of, sacred words in between us, Another thing that we have been highly exposed to as of late is rock climbing. And there's a lot of sacred words, secret words, their own language, their own, rock climbers speak within that word, which we are, very much diving into at the moment. And it's cool because it's like learning another language, right? So when you are hooking up all of your stuff, your harness, your, chalk, whatever, all that stuff that you need to kind of climb. And we only do this in an indoor rock climbing gym. Please, I ain't going outside. Before you go and climb, you don't just go do it. You got to go through this routine with you and your partner. And so you'll hook up and say, on belay. And then that will signify your partners to check all your stuff. He will say, once you are good, belay on. Okay, cool. You're ready to go. Everything's in line. Everything's check. Then you'll be like climbing, and then your partner will be like climb on. So it's this like back and forth language between climbers, and amongst other all the other climbing thingies, like the little peg thingies that you climb, those are called problems. I don't know if that's supposed to be negative or, I wouldn't call them problems, but they're called problems. Those little colorful pegs that they screw into the wall that you climb on, they're called problems. And, you just kind of pick these things up as you keep climbing, you keep immersing yourself in the culture. And it always reminds me of back in my martial art days when I used to attend this place that was by all means just an after school activity, but actually it was like my second home. And when you got there, you were like this soldier, and it was very militaristic, and it was yes sir, no ma'am, and all the Korean language that we would speak because it was Taekwondo. And so the sacred words are just so important to establish for a successful brand. That way, the people who are your fans, followers, audience, whatever you want to call them, members, they have something to attach themselves to. So I want you guys, you lab rats, to think about as you're establishing your thing out there, is to think and be conscious about the culture, the soul, right? We've talked about the soul of your company or your business, the community, the words, the language that you use, that all work together to tie you together, that make a powerful, effective, emotionally effective brand for your audience. And that would make you much more successful throughout time. How do you stand the test of time as a brand and as a company? You create these facets that are a part of successful branding, one of them being the sacred words, the language, the secret language. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. That's our Cozy Sunday episode. Again, you can find all of the previous chapters very helpful to keep you conscious about what you're doing, what you're branding, and how you are reaching out to your audience and how you're going to effectively leverage that audience in the future, right? You can find that playlist in the description. Very interesting. I highly encourage you to check that out. Tomorrow is Motivation Monday, so rest up. It's Cozy Sunday. I know I'm going to rest up, play some video games, and chill out. Kevin's got back-to-back weddings, so I've got the house to myself. Very nice. And we will see you tomorrow, okay? So good things. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you. I'm lucky to have you. And once again, my name is Megan, reminding you to get in the lab. See ya. Hey guys, thanks for sticking all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Here on Cozy Sunday. If you are digging the jam over here, I want you to go into getinthelab.me/join to get on my newsletter list. So each week I send out an email newsletter. I share personal stuff, exclusive stuff, all kinds of stuff that I don't share anywhere else because I want to take care of my lab rats, okay? And yeah, so see you next time, and thanks for hanging out. Peace.